There's nothing more frustrating than having a bundt cake that you slaved away get completely ruined because it got stuck to your bundt cake pan. So today I'm sharing my 6 quick tips for a bundt cake that never sticks. Be sure to stay tuned all the way to the end in case you're already in the situation where you have a bundt cake that's sticking to your pan and doesn't want to come out. In just a sec, I'll share my first bundt cake tip, but before that, be sure to hit that little bell button near the subscribe button to get notified when I post new videos first. So for beautiful bundt cakes that release easily from the pan, it really does start with the pan. You want to be sure to use a simple, quality non-stick bundt pan. I like this one from Cuisinart. You can look online at reviews and figure out which pans are most loved by other bakers just like you. That's usually how I search for my bakeware. But what you really want to be sure is to get a pan with a simple design. The more intricate your bundt pan design, the more likely sticking and messy ruined bundt cakes are to happen. So simple designs make stickiness less likely. However, what's most important is actually how you take care of your bundt pan. Bundt pans are kind of delicate. That non-stick coating needs some extra love and attention. So that means you shouldn't place your pan in the dishwasher. Only use gentle sponges and detergents, nothing really harsh or chemically. And you want to be sure to avoid using metal utensils on your bundt pan. All of these things can scratch the non-stick surface. Just as a note, in my online baking class, The Magic of Baking, I talk all about my favorite bakeware, what I look out for, what I always avoid, and so much more. If you're interested in joining my class, just head on over to handletheheat.com/magic to learn more. So that brings us to tip number 2, which is to use the right type of grease. I prefer to avoid using non-stick cooking sprays because they can build up and get gunky over time and degrade the non-stick surface of your bundt pan. So what I like to do is use melted shortening, and I like to use a pastry brush to get it into every nook and cranny of my bundt pan. Now, the reason I use melted shortening is because it provides a really nice non-stick coating. I've had the best experience with this. The milk solids and butter can get sticky sometimes, and then of course the non-stick cooking sprays get gunky. So melted shortening is what I found works the best. And when you use a pastry brush, you can really get it into every nook and cranny. But what you really want to be careful of doing is only coating your pan just before you pour the batter in and bake it. If you coat your pan before you've even pulled out your eggs and butter, that's much too early. And what will happen is the coating will slide down the sides of the pan and pool in the bottom, and you'll be left with a bunch of surface area that isn't truly coated in anything. So be sure to use melted shortening, coat it just before you're prepared to bake off your bundt cake, and use a pastry brush to get it into every nook and cranny. Now, something to keep in mind is that different kitchen environments yield different results, and so use whatever has worked really well for you and your kitchen with your equipment. What I found is that flouring your pan with regular all-purpose flour sometimes leads to more stickiness, or it can ruin the beautiful look of the exterior of your bundt cake. So what do you use instead of all-purpose flour? Well, what I found works really well is actually nut flour, like ground almond flour, which you can buy at most grocery stores now. Sometimes it's with the gluten-free flours, but this provides a wonderful coating that helps the pan just glide the cake right on out onto your cake pedestal with no stickiness. If you're baking a chocolate bundt cake, you can actually use cocoa powder to line your pan instead. For our next tip, once your bundt cake is out of the oven, as it's cooling, grab a flexible silicone spatula like this. This is just a small offset spatula. We want to be sure to use a plastic one because that will avoid scratching the nonstick coating of our bundt pan. And what you're going to do is just run this around the edges of your bundt pan to help loosen the cake. Now, after you've loosened the cake, what we're going to do is actually flip the cake onto a cooling rack and let it cool upside down. You want to wait about 5 minutes after the cake has come out of the oven to do this. And you want to be careful to avoid burning yourself, so use oven mitts. Now, when I'm cooling a bundt cake, I prefer to use a cooling rack like this one, which is gridded. If you're using a cooling rack that has really big gaps in between the wires, then your bundt cake can actually kind of get stuck in those gaps and it can get stuck to the cooling rack itself. So that's why I like to use a grid cooling rack like this one's from OXO, and it just makes life so much easier. So after the cake has been cooling right side up for 5 minutes, then you flipped it upside down, let it cool that way for 5 minutes, then you can start to release the cake and see if it's ready to come out nice and clean. Now, if it looks like it's sticking, move on to my next tip. However, if it doesn't, then you're ready to go and you'll have a beautiful bundt cake which you can now glaze and serve to your friends and family. If it did stick, here's a trick to get your sticky bundt cake unstuck. What you can do is actually place a kitchen towel at the bottom of your sink, grab a pot of boiling water or a kettle of boiling water and pour it all over the towel. You want to get that towel soaked in boiling water so it's nice and steamy. Pop your cake in the pan onto the towel. That steam is going to help release the cake from the pan so it stops sticking. As a last resort, if your cake really doesn't seem like it's going to release, try putting it in the freezer until it's hardened and it should come out that way. All right, so those are my tips for a beautiful bundt cake that never sticks. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any other tips to share, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more baking videos every week. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.